Hello, this is a recorded session for year 5. So now let's move to our main part, the main part of our lesson. And before I do that, I thought I'd say hello first. How are you? How was your holiday? I missed you all. Did you miss me? I hope so. And did you manage to have a good rest? Did you have a restful time? Did you have a nice holiday? Did you have some fun? Yeah, that's good. I can see lots of you are nodding. Nod is when you shake your head. You're nodding. That means you're agreeing. Yeah, I had a nice holiday. I had a restful holiday. I managed to rejuvenate. It's a long word. Rejuvenate. When you rejuvenate, it's almost like you recharge your batteries. Yeah, when you rest and recharge your batteries, I don't mean real batteries, I mean your internal batteries. Yeah, the batteries that keep you going. So yeah, that's what rejuvenate means. And yeah, I've managed to rejuvenate, and I'm now ready to go for our second term, or is it third? I think we were in our third term now, I think. Pardon me if I got it wrong. And so yeah, let's and I thought, instead of doing a brand new lesson, I thought we're going to recap on what we've studied previously, just to refresh our memory, because I can imagine that some of you just said, that's it, I'm not going to study, I'm not going to do any studying, which is absolutely fine, as long as you've been doing daily reading. Have you been reading daily stories? Yeah, I hope so. It's very important. Yeah, it's okay to take a break from studying, but we try not to, not to put books aside. Reading daily, even a book, even a page or two. I was going to say a book or two. No, that'd be a bit much for some of you, but it's all right. And yeah, reading is very important on a daily basis, and I'm looking forward to hear all about the books you've been reading. So yeah, I'm not going to do a new lesson. I'm just going to recap. A recap means look at what we've studied in the past couple of weeks, and that's mainly the sounds. I think we've finished all the sounds by now, so I've got a pack of all the sounds we've done, plus the latest ones, and a few special friends. Do we remember what is a special friend? I can hear some of you saying there. Special friend is when two letters make one sound. Yeah, two letters make one sound is a special friend. All right, so here we go. That's ball, apple, A lot of you struggle with the sound p. Don't mix it with a b. This is p. Okay, this is a b, and this is p. Paper, b. Ball, p. Paper. E. Insect. Neck. That's your neck. Now this is two letters make one sound. Yeah. And this is usually an end sound. What I mean by end means it comes at the end of words. Yeah, you can't have a word that begins with a double L like this. Yeah. So like hill or still. Yeah, and the rule is the single L changes to double when it's preceded by a vowel. Yeah, and we've done that before. Hill, yeah, or still, or bill, like a bill of a bird, a beak. Yeah, g, gate, g. Google, And that's the single one. It makes the same sound. The only difference is when you spell the word. Yeah, l. Eh, eh, elephant. Ah, umbrella. Ah, mmm, mummy. Massive. D, d, door. D, dark. K, k, key. Yeah, the key where you open the door. Rabbit. Now, some of you say rrr, and that's wrong. Yeah, don't make vibrations with your tongue when you do this sound. It's rrr. It's a soft rrr. Rabbit. Rrr. Rock. Oh. Oh. T. Train. T. K. Caterpillar. K. Cat. K. Car. J. Jelly bean. Do you like to eat jelly beans? Yeah. Or you can have J. Jolly. Jolly means happy. Yeah. Jolly good. When you're feeling jolly, it means you're feeling happy. V. V. Van. V. Victory. W. W. Water. W. What's the matter? X. X. X-ray. Or you can have X. Xylophone. Yeah? Xylophone is a type of instrument. It's a music instrument. Y. Yak. Yak is a type of, it's an animal. It's similar to a cow or a bull, but it lives in the wild. Yeah, so a yak. It's close to an ox, actually. Yeah, it's like a wildebeest. Yak. Or you can have a yo-yo. Yeah, actually, I've got a yo-yo here. Let me show you. Here, look. With a string. Now, I've seen some of you can yo-yo really good. Really nice. Very good. Very nicely. I am not an expert, but I'm going to have a go at playing with my yo-yo. Now, wish me luck. Here we go. You have to let the wheel go down and make it go back up again. I don't know how you do it, but I'm going to try. 3, 2, 1. I think I managed it. It did go up once, didn't it? Yeah. So that's a yo-yo with a string. Yeah, yo-yo. Z, z. Zip. In your jacket. Z, zip. That's one of the latest sounds we've done. And the way you say it is okay, now this sound is usually followed by an ah. Let me show you what I mean. Like I said, like queen. Here is a queen, or and then ik, quick. Yeah, we haven't done this sound yet, so don't worry too much about it. The E, we will do that in the next couple of weeks, but I just wanted to show you the word. It's usually followed by an so queen, and you have quick, hurry up, quick. Okay, so that's we've got another special friend here. Yeah, two letters make one sound. Now this is usually an end letter, so it comes at an end of a word. At the end of a word, like staff room, or stiff when something is hard, stiff. Yeah, and that's the single one. It makes the same sound. The only difference is when you come to spell it. Yeah, so and this is a throat sound. It comes from your throat. So hop, hurry. Yeah, and that's a special friend. Two letters make one sound. Again, if the single s is preceded. Yeah, preceded means comes before it. If a vowel comes before it, then it turns into a double s. Yeah, like hiss and kiss, or fuss. When you fuss about something, you're just complaining. You're fussing too much. You're complaining. Yeah, and that's the single s. It makes the same sound, but just the difference is in spelling. S. And that's l again, l. And that's an end sound. Yeah, it's two letters make one sound. It's a special friend. We've spelled words with this sound before. We'll revise them today. L. And that's k. Yeah, the individually they make similar sound, k, k, and even together, k. All right. And an example of this word is in chicken. Let me just show you. Here you've got chicken. The underlined sound there is a k that we've just looked at. Is that one there? I've underlined it for you. And then you've got lack. Yeah, lack. When you haven't got enough of something, you lack. Yeah, when you haven't got enough energy, when you're feeling tired, then you lack energy. Lack. All right. And chicken. Do you like to eat chicken? Chicken and chips. I like that. All right. Chicken, lack. And I think that's the end of the sound pack. These are so far the sounds that we've done. Now after this, the serious work will begin, because we'll be starting to blend more complicated words. Yeah. And so now we're going to move to our spelling. All right. So if you haven't got your pen and paper ready, please pause the video, go and get your pen and paper. All right. We're going to spell some words. I'll say the word, you spell it, then I'll show it to you. All right. So I'm going to start easy, and we'll get to a little bit more complicated, more difficult to spell words. But all the words that we'll be spelling will come from the sound that we've learned. Okay. So yeah, the first word is pass. When you pass something to someone, I've got this pencil and I'm going to pass it to my friend. Pass. All right. Now pass has got 4 words, but it's got 3 sounds. Pass. Now let's use our left hand to spell it. P, a, s, p, a, s, pass. Okay, now I hope you've paused the video and written it down, and if you've written it like this, then you got it correct. These are the 3 sounds. P, a, s. Now because the S is preceded by an A, which is a vowel, that's why it turned to double. All right, pass. The next word to spell is mess. When you mess with something, you create basically untidy. This place is messy. This place is not tidy and needs to be tidied. Yeah, messy. When you got messy hair, you haven't combed your hair for a long time. Mess is when something is not tidy and it's not neat, so it's messy. So mess. Yeah, should we spell it with our left hand first? E S S mess. Okay, now I'm going to pause the video, write it down, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute. Here we go. I hope you've written it, and now you're checking to compare with me if you got it right. Yeah, turn to your partner and say, I got it right. Mess. Okay, S. The same rule is preceded by a vowel, so it's double. Mess. Okay, the next word is, now it's a slightly long word, but I want you to break it down into parts. When you get a long word, you break it down into syllables. Yeah, and it's cobweb. Listen carefully. Cobweb. These are all the sounds that we've done. Cobweb. It's all one word, but I'm saying it slowly for you. Cobweb. Should we use our left hand to spell it? Okay, so I'm going to need a, so it's k, o, b. That's the first part, cob, and then w, e, b, web, cob, web. Yeah, o, b, cob, w, e, b, cobweb. Yeah, okay. So let me write it down for you, and you pause the video to write it down. And here we go. Cobweb. Now, what does a cobweb mean? You know, a spider, when it goes knitting and making its beautiful web, yeah, that's basically a cobweb. A cobweb is a spider's house, all right? Cobweb. All right? Now, please, if some of you feel that this is too easy for you, don't worry. We'll be building on this every day and every week. Our work will get harder and harder. I just want to remind you that I want to start from the very basic in order that we establish the foundation and yeah, just become great at spelling, reading and writing. Okay, so please bear with me. And the next word for us to spell is yo-yo. Okay, sounds easy. It should be easy. Okay, so let's pause the video and spell it. Okay, so have you written yo-yo? There we go. Now remember, yo-yo, although it's one word, but it's got a dash in the middle. This little thing here is called a dash, or sometimes it's called a hyphen. All right, hyphen or a dash there. Yo-yo. All right, yo-yo. If you got it right, give yourself a pat on the back. Well done. And the next word is also a word that has got a hyphen or a dash in the middle, and it's zigzag. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't sound that word with my left hand, but it's yo-yo. Now let's look at zigzag. Zigzag. It's got 6 sounds, actually 6 sounds. So let's use our left hand to sound it together. Z, I, g, z, a, g. Zigzag. Zigzag. All right. Should we have a go at writing it down? And here we go. Zigzag. Notice there's a hyphen in the middle or a dash. All right. Zigzag. Yeah. What is a zigzag? It's a line that is not straight. Yeah, like that line there is a zigzag. All right. Okay, the next word to spell is little. When something is little, it's not big, it's little. Yeah, let's try and sound it out first to see how many sounds it's got. L, I, T, L. It's got 4 sounds. But I can tell you, he's got 6 letters. Yeah? L, I, T, L. Little. Little. And that's the syllables. Little. All right? I'm going to pause it and write it down. And here we go. All right. So little. It's got the L-E, the L sound at the end. Yeah, that we looked at earlier. Little. Little. All right. The next word to spell is a similar way. Basically, it's got 6 letters, but only it's got how many sounds? Let's find out. Kettle is k, e, t, l. It's got only 4 sounds, but 6 letters. Yeah. Kettle. Kettle. Kettle is where you boil some water to make some tea. You have a tea in a kettle. Yeah. Kettle. Right. So have a go at writing that down. I'm going to write it down to show it to you, but pause the video if you want to do it on your own. It's always good to have a try. Always have a try by doing it on your own, and then you compare with Miss Fatima. And here we go. That's kettle. Yeah, it's got the sound that we've done, the L at the end there. Kettle. All right. And yeah, that's the last word we're doing for spelling today. And now I'm just going to quickly move to the game that we usually play in class. This game is really important because it helps us with talking, really, and that's what I want us to get to do more in class, to just form sentences and have conversations in class. We've played this game a lot with some of you, and I really enjoy this game. It's very simple, but it's really good fun. And we'll be doing this game regularly, and I'll be adding more complicated words. Yeah, just to remind you again how we play this game is not supposed to. Basically, you can play it at home. You can play it with your sister or brother or mommy or daddy, or you can even play it with your friends at school, at home. It's a very good game. It encourages chatting. It teaches us new words as well. And so how you play is, as you already know, I hold a stack of cards and I want you to describe the word without mentioning that word. So I'm not supposed to know the word. So for this, you start by saying it's a thing. What is it? It's a thing. The word you start using is a thing. This is the thing that children use to play with. Oh, it's a thing that children use to play with. Oh, is it a toy? Yes, it's a toy. Let's see the next. When you see that, are you going to say it's a thing? No, that's not a thing. You start by saying it's an animal. That's an animal. And then you say it's an animal that's got wings. Is it a chicken? No. Well, chickens are a bird as well, I guess. But you say it's an animal that flies in the sky, because chickens can't fly. Chickens, they have wings, but they can't fly. So you have to say it's an animal that's got wings and they can fly in the sky. So, it's a bird. It has to be a bird. Thank you. So remember, we said it was a thing, yeah? And for this one, we said it was an animal. That's how you start describing it. Oh, and then we get this. Oh, look at that. Oh, what do you say? What's the first word you say describing this? Oh, it's a type of food that we eat, okay? Is it a fruit or a vegetable? Oh, it's a fruit. And then you can start describing its texture. Is it soft? Is it crunchy? I think it's crunchy. You can say it comes in many colors. It comes in green, yellow, red, sometimes a little bit of a mix of all these colors, a bit of orange in it as well. So, but mostly red. It's a crunchy red fruit. It has to be an apple. Is it an apple? Yes. Yeah. Oh, and what do you say? What's the first word you say when you see this? You say it's a place. Yes. Is it a thing? No. Is it an animal? No. Is it a food? No. Is it a place? Yes. It's a place, you say, it's a place where cars drive on. Cars drive on. It's got to be a road. Yes. So I want you to pay attention. to how I started describing this. I started saying by it's a place, and this one I started describing this by saying it's a food that we eat. Then I moved on to fruit. And then for this one, I said it's an animal. Yeah, that's how you start. The first word to start to describe it. And for this one, I said it was a thing. Yeah. So that's the end of our lesson, the main part of the lesson. And now I'm going to move to our story. Let me just go and fetch it. 1 second. So for our story part of our lesson today, I'm going to do a poem actually. And you know, I've got a special part in my heart for children's poems. This one I'll be reading from this book. It's poems chosen by Michael Rosin. Michael Rosin is a very famous, is a well-known children's authors, and he's also a poet actually. He's both an author, an author and a poet. A poet is a person who writes poetry, and an author is a person who writes books. So yeah, and the poem I chose for you today is very short, but it's got a huge meaning behind it. So let's read it together and we will look at the meaning behind it. And the poem is called The Wise Old Owl. Yeah, The Wise Old Owl. You know what an owl is, yeah? It's this bird here. It's a type of bird with big round eyes, yeah? Owl, yeah? And now owls are known to be wise, basically, yeah, so the wise old owl. A wise old owl sat in an oak. The more he heard, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why aren't we all like that old wise owl? Let me read that again. A wise old owl. A wise old owl sat in an oak. The more he heard, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why aren't we all like that wise old bird? It's a very nice poem, very short. So basically, what is the poem telling us? Yeah, there was once an old owl who sat in an oak. An oak is a type of tree, basically. He sat on the branch of the tree. And then the more he heard, the less he spoke. He was, you know, the owls is known to be wise because they don't talk a lot. They listen a lot. And just like us humans, the less we speak, the more we hear. And the more we hear, the more we learn. Yeah? How do we learn? How do humans learn? We learn by listening and looking. Yeah? And paying attention. Yeah? Even when you're in class, your teacher is constantly telling you, shush, be quiet, listen and look. It's because your teacher wants you to learn. If you're talking in class, you won't learn. You won't be able to learn much. Yeah? So it's very important, yeah, that we do more listening than talking. Remember, God gave us 2 ears and just 1 mouth, yeah? That means we need to listen more and talk less, yeah? So let's all be like the old wise owl, yeah? Let's listen more and talk less. It's really good to have you back, children, and yeah, I'm looking forward to telling you more stories, yeah? Take care now. I'll see you soon. Bye.